The founding of this country. We can pretty much accept that the founding of this country was rooted in war, violence, and forcibly stealing land from the indigenous groups who were already here. What wasn't stolen violently was taken via an imposed foreign legal system, unfair contracts, subterfuge, and other nefarious means, such as giving out blankets with smallpox to kill off people that had rights to the land and objected to colonial enterprise. Normally, if property or goods are attained via theft, we view that attainment as illegitimate, yet almost no Americans will actively give up all of their property and return it to the indigenous. Almost no Americans are willing to put any effort into making up or compensating the indigenous groups for what has happened. The majority of the indigenous no longer exist, and that genocide is something that most Americans accept as ancient history and feel no connection to in modern day. But without that genocide, there would be no America. So how did America apologize for the indigenous Holocaust? By setting up reservations? Has America ever officially apologized for the African genocide and paid reparations? No. How many white Americans support reparations? Less than 20%. So then we always talk about like our forefathers and the people that are revered or who wrote the Constitution, or like the Constitution is this infallible document. So let's go through that. Our forefathers that are often revered, these are the presidents that were slave owners. Number 1, George Washington. Number 3, Thomas Jefferson. Number 4, James Madison. Number 5, James Monroe. Number 7, Andrew Jackson. Number 8, Martin Van Buren. Number 9, William Henry Harrison. Number 10, John Tyler. Number 11, James K. Polk. Number 12, Zachary Taylor. Number 17, Andrew Johnson. Number 18, Ulysses Grant. So the Constitution itself upheld slavery, and people of African descent in bondage were viewed as property and 3/5 of a person for tax purposes. The 13th Amendment ensures that slavery takes place. Now, no one ever questions the judgments of the people that thought that these practices were acceptable. And often you'll hear people say, well, you can't judge folks of the 18th century or the 17th century or early 19th century based on our contemporary models of morality. Well, guess what? People since the time of the Roman Empire knew that slavery was wrong. People back since the time of the Bible knew that slavery was wrong. People in France and Britain and Portugal and Belgium realized slavery was wrong far before the people in America decided to abolish slavery. So this idea that we shouldn't hold our forefathers to our contemporary moral standards is hogwash and is totally illegitimate as a statement. Now, that brings about another question. Do we ever hear about American history from non-European perspectives? Right? No. So why do we believe the colonizer when it comes to their documentation of history? Is it in their favor or benefit to tell us the truth about history or to propagate their false history? Now, let's look at things that would or might not seem so nefarious, such as like climate change. As black individuals, we're told we should behave a certain way in terms of having children and resource management. But we aren't the folks that own the oil companies, the plastic companies, the fracking companies, and etc. Why should we be told we have to change anything? And who is telling everyone else what to do? It's another imposition of whiteness. So these are some ideas to start the conversation. And the main idea I'm stating is that by maintaining the status quo, white supremacy is being upheld in America. Conservative, liberal, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, etc. They still allow for this system to continue. The people that work for these companies that perpetuate disparity, the people that consume the media, the people that make the media, the people that legislate against diversity, the people that keep electing officials that won't actually challenge the system, the regular people that just go about their lives benefiting from a grossly racist system are all perpetuating white supremacy. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hit me up. I hope you enjoy your day and your travels. Peace and solidarity.